Have you ever wondered if those ancient stories about massive floods wiping out entire civilizations are just myths, or if they actually happened? What if the tales of Noah's Ark, Atlantis sinking into the sea, or epic deluges in Hindu legends aren't just bedtime stories, but echoes of real cataclysms that reshaped humanity? Hey everyone, welcome back to Edgeverse. I'm your host, diving deep into history's biggest mysteries. Today, we're exploring lost civilizations and global floods, separating myth from scientific reality. If you're into ancient enigmas, archaeology, or even how this ties into our climate crisis today, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out. Let's jump in. Could global floods have been the untold downfall of advanced societies? Stick around, because the evidence might surprise you. First off, let's talk about why this even matters. Flood stories are everywhere in human history. Virtually every culture has one. Think about it. The Sumerian Epic of Gilgamesh, over 4,000 years old, tells of Utnapishtim surviving a massive deluge on a boat. Sound familiar? It's eerily similar to Noah's story in the Bible, where God floods the world to reset humanity. Native American tribes from the Pacific Northwest to Mesoamerica have oral tales of water cataclysms. In Hindu mythology, a fish avatar saves mankind from a devastating flood. Even Plato's Atlantis, that legendary island empire, supposedly vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night around 9,500 BCE. Rhetorical question time. Are these just coincidences? Or do they point to shared memories of real events? These stories come from cultures separated by oceans and continents, with no way to chat or swap tales back then. That universality screams something bigger than random imagination. Maybe they're rooted in actual geological upheavals that hit early humans hard, causing mass migrations and wiping out coastal societies. And get this, understanding this isn't just academic geekery. It sheds light on how trauma sticks in our collective memory and warns us about modern threats like rising seas from climate change. Okay, let's build this out logically. We'll start with the myths and science foundation, then hit the evidence for drowned cities, the cataclysmic triggers, how societies collapsed, and finally, what it means for us today. Diving into the background. For years, scientists thought sea levels were pretty stable during human civilization's rise, say from 10,000 years ago onward. But nope, paleoclimatic data shows massive fluctuations. After the last ice age, around 15,000 to 8,000 years ago, seas rose by up to 120 meters. That's not a slow creep. It was episodic, with rapid pulses that could flood vast coastal plains in generations. Imagine fertile coastlines, perfect for early humans with abundant fish, fresh water, and trade routes. Hunter-gatherers and early farmers flocked there, building sophisticated settlements. But as glaciers melted, those paradises vanished underwater. We're talking continental shelves now submerged, potentially hiding ruins of lost societies. Recent underwater archaeology backs this up. Sites like Pavla off Greece or the Yonaguni Monument near Japan show ancient structures drowned deep. These aren't crude camps. They have architecture suggesting advanced planning. And Plato's Atlantis? He placed it around 11,500 years ago, lining up with Meltwater Pulse 1b, a real, rapid sea level surge from glacial melt. Some theories link it to a Black Sea flood around 5,600 BCE, where rising waters burst through the Bosporus, drowning a thriving area. Could this be the kernel of truth behind the myth? It's not proven, but the timelines match, bridging legend and geology. Now, what caused these floods? Enter the science of ancient cataclysms. The Younger Dryas period, about 12,900 to 11,700 years ago, was a weird cold snap interrupting post-Ice Age warming. The Younger Dryas impact hypothesis suggests a comet or asteroid slammed into Earth, sparking wildfires, dust clouds blocking the sun, and boom, rapid glacial melt flooding the oceans. Picture this chain reaction. Impact releases insane energy, ejects dust causing cooling, destabilizes ice sheets, melts them fast, raises seas, and generates mega-tsunamis hundreds of meters high. Geological evidence: ocean cores show sudden sediment shifts, mixed marine and land fossils in weird layers, hallmarks of massive water surges. These deposits pop up worldwide. Time to myth eras. Not every flood was global, but a big event could cascade regionally, explaining why myths vary but share cores. Divine wrath, survival on a boat, a fresh start. So, did these floods reset civilizations? Absolutely, patterns suggest yes. Think mysterious collapses. The Indus Valley around 1900 BCE, huge cities abandoned, no clear war signs. Minoans on Crete around 1450 BCE, post-volcano. Cahokia in North America, suddenly empty. Floods hit hard, destroy crops and irrigation in river valleys, salt contaminate fields, smash buildings and trade routes. Societies starved, economies tanked, rulers lost legitimacy, interpreted as godly punishment, leading to chaos and migration. Psychologically, trauma lingers. Myths explain loss, add moral lessons, restore hope. Survivors pass stories, build the ark, heed warnings. It's cultural therapy, embedding resilience. Rhetorical question: if ancient folks turn disaster into sacred tales, what stories will we tell about our floods? Fast forward to today, lessons scream at us. Climate change is cranking up sea levels via warming oceans and melting ice. Projections: 1 to 3 meters rise by 2100, maybe more if Antarctica goes rogue. Billions live coastally, 40% of us. Megacities like New York or Bangkok. Ports, airports, power plants, all flood bait. A big surge could displace hundreds of millions, trash trillions in infrastructure, spark famines, wars over land. Ancient floods teach: Earth flips fast. We need to assess risks, innovate, reform governance for global coordination, and prioritize equity, rich nations helping vulnerable ones. In wrapping up, the evidence stacks. Universal myths, rapid sea rises, submerged ruins, impact theories, collapse patterns. They paint a picture where floods likely doomed lost civilizations. This rewrites history. Progress isn't linear. Cataclysms reset us, losing knowledge, sparking migrations. But we survived through adaptation and stories. For us, it's a mirror and warning. Our tech's advanced, but we're still tied to the planet. Will we learn, prepare, act? That's the real question. If this blew your mind, drop a comment. What's your favorite flood myth? And do you think Atlantis was real? Smash subscribe for more deep dives into history's secrets. Turn on notifications and share with a friend who loves mysteries. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace out.